Greetings and salutations, random people who probably don't give a shit. Just got to do an update on well, more specifically my Necromancer, because there are a few things that myself and my wife have noticed. I mean, we've been playing Diablo. We played it pretty solidly since, well, Diablo 3 this is. We've been playing Diablo 3 pretty solidly since its first release. Um, we backed off a little bit, then Reaper of Souls came out, and then it started to get a bit repetitive and samey, as they always are. We backed off a little bit again. When Season 1 came out, we dove back in. We backed off a little bit again, and then I can't remember what it was. I think it was one of the Demon Hunters sets. I think it was around Season 5. It's the Demon Hunters new set came out, and we dove back in again around that point. So we've basically been playing Diablo 3 on and off for, well, since its release. And we've noticed a few things with the Necromancer that are, one, brilliant, two, shit for every other class, to put it in a nutshell. I mean, to put it bluntly, really, the Necromancer seems to be leaving every other class in its dust. Now, if you're playing as a Necromancer, this is amazing. If you're not playing as a Necromancer, have fun keeping up. And to try and demonstrate this, we're going to do 2 Greater Rifts at around level 70. We're going to try and keep them at level 70 because that's the season sort of profiling, as it were. But just to sort of show how easy this is, basically, before I left for a work, thing, course, team building exercise, I had literally just gotten my Necromancer to level 70 and I started farming for the set pieces. I disappeared for 2 weeks. I came back and my wife and I, we had a little bit of kiss and a cuddle, blah blah blah, and played Diablo for pretty much I'd say about, what, 12, 16 hours a day for about a week. And within that week, I have managed to get all 4 sets. So that's the Inarius set, the Rathma set, the Tragul set, and the Pestilence set. And within that, just to show, the Inarius set, I have pretty much everything ancient, minus the gloves. With the Tragul set, well, with the Rathma set, I have legs, helmet, chest and arms that are ancient. With the Tragul set, everything is ancient. I've even got a primal ancient on it. I can't remember what it is, but I've got a primal ancient. And with the Pestilence set, I've got I've 2 or 3 ancients. So to be honest, the way in which you can build up this character is friggin' easy. Also, I'm probably could be lying here, but when we ended off the playthrough of the campaign as the Necromancer, I was about Paragon 500, early to mid Paragon 500. I am now 779 within a week, so that's some serious pushing. When I first got this set, my damage, at the moment I have 1,588,284. When I first got this set, I think my damage was about 500-ish, and I was instantly able to push like Greater Rift level 60s easy with like 500,000 damage. So just to prove a point now, my wife is playing as a Demon Hunter. I believe she has some serious damage with this Demon Hunter. What build are you going for again?
I've got that multi-shot build.
Oh yeah, the Unhallowed Essence. This is the armour that we came back to. I think it was around Season 5. She's got, from the profile on what I can see, you've got 1.3 million attack or damage.
Yeah.
And your defense is about 10 mil.
I see it as 23, but...
Okay, 23 mil on your profile.
I mean, 10 is probably more accurate.
Okay. So, just to sort of show, okay, so this is going to be a level 70 Greater Rift, and I kind of want to... This is going to be horrible, but I'm really grateful for my wife opening up to this. This is basically going to show how much other classes suck compared to the Necromancer.
That foe will die.
So, well, suck is probably not the right word. Have been left behind.
Yeah.
This is the level 70. Again, I don't have the best gear. My shit isn't optimised. I don't really have... I'm not the best player. I'm not the highest paragon. It's purely all just sort of... Oh wow, look. The Necromancer is leaving everything in its dust again. The way in which you can build this, or the way I've built this, which I'll probably go through again in a later video. I have 148 million toughness right now. If I put that down a few more times, somewhere. Hold on, I'll just build up that again. 297 million toughness. If I cycle my abilities properly and go through it all in a methodical, accurate manner, I can basically maintain a state of immortality throughout. Again, this is a level 70, you can see it top right. I don't have optimised gear, I'm not really pushing that much, I'm just chilling out. I'm just having a bit of a laugh, really. I think wife might be a little bit stressed, catapulting around trying not to die.
Kind of, yeah, because I'm very squishy. Oh, there we go, I just died. Okay, I'm not trying to like show up my wife here. My wife is a very good player at this, but this is a point that she brought across to me, and after playing through a little bit and sort of seeing it for myself, I'll put it this way, I'm not touching anything. I'm just going to sit here and wait. Whoops.
All must serve the cycle. Not enough help.
But yeah, eventually I am going to die. I won't lie about that. There we are. I died. But do you see the difference in the way in which, how long it takes for me to die, for my wife to die?
I pretty much die if something just looks at me too long.
And the difference in damage as well. I mean, I said earlier that the moment I got this set, I was able to climb greater rifts a lot higher, a lot quicker, and before I knew it, I've been pushing greater lift level 80s. I can survive just about. I don't do it within the time limit, so I can't upgrade gems, but I can go through a level 90. It takes a while, and it's probably a little bit more interesting to play through, but I can do it. I mean, I'm just having a good time right now. Which, again, it seems really like a silly thing to moan about. And let's face it, Blizzard aren't best known for their balancing of Diablo 3. But I would have at least thought that they would try at least keep all of the classes on par with each other. I mean, I'm aware there are some amazing, and I do mean amazing builds out there for every class, but the amount of effort that you have to go through to get some of these builds for other classes. I've seen the Legacy of Nightmares build for one, and that thing is brutal, but the effort you have to go through for that build is insane. If you want to get a good Necromancer, just whack on a set. Doesn't matter what set it is, just whack on one of the sets and you're good to go. That is simply it. There's no like strain involved, there's no like, oh my god, I've got to do massive farming and I've got to get all this massively optimised gear. At the moment, I'm loving the Inarius set, and honestly, all you've got to do to get this thing, to get yourself up to a decent standard with the Inarius set, is just to equip the set. I'd recommend going for a two-handed weapon. Look, that tower thing just nuked my wife.
have a call. Give it more time.
But yeah, with the all you need with this is an Anarius set. I've noticed the Tribute set is topping the leaderboard. I'll go more into that on another video. I just wanted to sort of highlight the differences between the Necromancer and the other classes. And to actually show this, because you might be looking at this going, oh, but I'm like just over 100 paragons higher than my wife. Alright, after this we're going to do another one. My wife is going to swap to her Necromancer. She has the Necromancer too. And we're going to do this again, and you're going to see the difference overall. I mean, I would say she's put... That Demon Hunter she currently has is about 300 hours worth of effort and time put into it. That is the Demon Hunter she first created when she first started playing Diablo 3, and the Necromancer she's had for less than a week. Maybe about a week, I'd say. Is it about a week?
Yeah, I think about a week. This Demon Hunter is not actually the first one I made, it's the second one, but
Okay.
I've still had it a very, very long time. Oh, I'm dead again. Sorry.
Nothing to apologise for, it's the problems that I am trying to highlight and show.
Yeah, I mean, this is the whole point. I'm not really keeping up with on damage with you, honestly. You're doing way more damage than I am. And I am just squishy as hell. So, like, anything touches me and I'm dead. Pretty much. There we go, I just got jumped on. I'm dead again.
It's alright, I just got mugged like a little girl. But...
I must wait.
Also, when it comes to the, when we both play as a Necromancer, I'm going to play a bit more on a style that I find appropriate for me. At the moment, I don't want to call it babysitting, but essentially that's what I'm trying to stick near my wife so that she's not left completely defenseless. Otherwise, yeah, it would just be rage quit sort of circumstances, because you're just not going to get anywhere.
Well, I was gonna say, we're like pretty close now. Maybe just do what you'd normally do, just run off, go for it. Just to show, like, what happens.
So I'm gonna, okay, like my wife just said, I'm gonna play a bit more
I must
with the style in which how I would normally play as this Necromancer. It's pretty friggin' easy, to be honest, with the Necromancer. You don't really need to try too much. I mean, I literally stand no chance of being killed by this guy whatsoever. And like, all I've got to do is just wait for the malignant to reset, and that's it. It's just game over for him. Nice few shiny items.
My name is Earth.
Yes. Say hello, well done. 4% chance, absolutely 0 point upgraded now, so I'll upgrade that.
I am returning to town.
I mean, play level wise, my wife and I are pretty much the same. I suck as a demon hunter. I suck as a witch doctor. As a barbarian, don't even get me started. I love the Crusader. I put so much effort into the Crusader. But even now, even though my Crusader is probably my most loved character, and even though my Crusader has higher stats than my Necromancer, I can barely get into level 60, pardon me, level 60 Greater Rifts. My Necromancer, on the other hand, I mean, just to show, this is my solo listing. I can do, I think that's about a level 85 I can do solo by myself comfortably. I think it goes too higher. But now just to show you, my wife's going to swap to her Necromancer.
It's gonna take a while to load.
Yeah, my wife's laptop is probably not the best because, you know, it's a laptop.
It's getting old.
Getting old, getting cranky. I have literally probably nothing. Oh, cheers, Blackthorns, I love you too. I have literally received nothing useful from that. Oh, another potion. I've got about 8 of them.
An ally has joined me, but our foes gain strength.
I'm probably still gonna die, you know.
Oh yeah, of course. But the difference should be highlighted, I'm hoping. Go away, you.
That
Right.
needs to recharge.
So I'm looking at your Necromancer's damage as 810,000.
Hang on, I'm just I've got some points to sort out.
Okay, look.
There we go.
For those that the view profile I will see is going to be different from the damage that she will see on her screen, because this doesn't take into account a lot of calculations that the game would normally. So already you can see that the damage of her Necromancer compared to what her Demon Hunter was is considerably lower by about 500,000 points. I believe the Demon Hunter that we saw was about 1.3 million. This is 810,000. Is that similar to what you see on your screen?
Yeah, I see 820.
Okay, and the toughness I see here is 9.6 million roughly.
15.9.
15.9. The gear, obviously, we've got a few different things. Pretty much the exact same setup that I have, really, so minus the wrists, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter, and you're going to see why. So we're going to do one more, and hopefully this highlights the problems, and I'm going to play a little bit more adaptive to my play style, hopefully, and you'll see the difference.
I'm afraid not. Give it more time. This world can abide you no longer. I can bring that down. That is not possible.
Whoops.
I must have a goal.
I told you I was gonna die.
That will be alright though.
I mean, this is a bit high for me. I don't have that many ancients. I think I've only got like the chest piece or something. So like most of my gear is really the best. So I still struggle a bit. Oh, there we go.
The night embraces you. That needs to recharge.
How is your damage looking though? Are you doing more damage?
I think so.
It's
I
a bit
mean,
of a shame because I can't really sort of like actually show your damage to prove the point.
yeah. I mean, I definitely feel like I'm doing a lot better. It's still kind of tough because, like I said, my gear's still not the best. My damage still isn't as much as yours. But I'm able to manage a lot better.
So as a whole, you feel you're doing more.
Yeah. Or at least being able to live through most of it. Like, I'm pretty sure if I was still my demon hunter right now, I would have died like 6 times.
Door.
Oh shit. This isn't really working very well to prove the point. I'm dying just as much.
Still, I am hoping, and for those at home, I am hoping this does sort of show that there is a clear difference between the Necromancer, just his basic set abilities compared to other classes. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the Necromancer. I think the Necromancer is amazing. I loved him in Diablo 2. Just, I kind of feel either he needs to be brought down or the other character classes need to be brought up. Honestly, when I say it like that, I am hoping it's the other characters and classes that are brought up, because I feel this is a lot more effective in the way in which Diablo can be played. I feel this is kind of, I want to say, a lot healthier gaming. I feel like I'm actually genuinely achieving something here with the Necromancer. That is entirely just my perspective of it. Whether it's the same true for others, I don't know. I'm not even sure if other people see the Necromancer as completely high level to other classes, or whether it's just my wife and I don't know. But just in general, I love the Necromancer. He is amazing. He has some great builds. He has some great armor sets. The way in which his armor sets synergize with him, just in general, I think is absolutely great. I just, in comparison to other classes, I feel he has a pretty devastating advantage.
Give it more time. All must serve the cycle. That makes you recharge.
Okay, I am actually lagging a fair bit and I just got stuck on nothing. So I'm literally dying just as much.
Decay and rot. Give it more time.
It's okay. Just to point out, you are using your cursors, aren't you?
Or trying to.
That is... honestly, it's just a simple item. I feel, personally, the way this item works,
Serve the cycle.
there's a hell of a lot of toughness coming out of there. Let's curse that, look again. 297 million. That is a lot of toughness. And it is all, honestly, coming from this belt. And it's brutal. It makes this entire thing so much easier just by using it. Just by putting a few curses down here and there, or even stabbing something with my thing, my scythe, that's what it's called. I've got a buff on my scythe that enables me to curse things when I hit them.
The Rift Guardian is here.
Oh no, the Rift Guardian is here.
I require report, sir.
Goodbye, Rift Guardian. So yeah, I'm not sure if it came across due to lag, possibly the fact that my wife doesn't actually really play as a Necromancer that much at all. She understands it as a really powerful class, I think, but from where it is so powerful compared to the others, it kind of feels to her, and admittedly, when I went back to play as some of my other classes, like my Wizard, I love my Wizard as well, but despite the fact that my Wizard, again, has higher stats, it can't handle anywhere near the levels that this Necromancer can, and I've only put like a week's worth of effort into this Necromancer. My two most used and highest, like stat-wise, classes are my Crusader and my Wizard, and finally I get myself an Ancient Rylena Shadowhook, so at least one good thing came out of this video. I actually got the weapon I was finally frigging after. But, you know, hey-ho, what can you do? Anyway, I am going to leave it here. I'm hoping it does sort of highlight a few issues, perhaps. I will potentially do future videos in the future to show my build, sort of exactly why it works this way. I won't lie, I do get a lot of help from either other online YouTubers. There is one in particular I find him amazingly useful. He goes a lot more in depth with the math, and it makes sense. I do tend to change a few things because it just suits my playstyle a little bit more. I'm not one of those I want to be on the top of the leaderboard. I just want to level up a lot more, and the other way in which I find builds is simply by doing this. To be honest, look at the leaderboard, see what the top players are. However, I will stress that if you do this, ignore the numbers you will see, their damage and their toughness, because in case you haven't noticed, this person I'm looking at right now is Paragon 4,861. I'm only 780, so that is a massive difference, and a lot of that damage will be coming from what is known as intelligence dumping, which is basically on their core, just blast everything on intelligence, which pretty much essentially, or your base stat would be dexterity, intelligence or strength. It sort of boosts everything a little bit. But anyway, yeah, I am hoping this highlights a few issues. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see about doing those build videos for people if they do enjoy me playing Diablo. If not, oh well. Anyway, thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Ta-ra!